Into the PHNX Sun Devils show, coming to you live from the Studio K, presented by Circle K. Head to any Circle K Arizona location where you get any size Polar Pop or Froster for just 79 cents now through September 3rd.
Woo! And of course, we are just 2 days away from game day, and our coverage is brought to you by CoachStarkHomes. Are you in the market for a home? If so, make sure you contact Coach Stark today. He's going to help you out. You can get in touch with him at 623-695-3929. Go to CoachStarkHomes.com or follow him at CoachStarkHomes.
I love it. Let's keep this music bumping, man. This is just too damn good.
Woo!
Erik,
Yeah!
It's almost time.
It's the last show before our post-game show.
It's almost time.
Last time we're live until we will be back here reacting to week one.
I love it.
Arizona State, Wyoming.
I don't even know if we've ever let the music play this long.
Oh, no.
This goes crazy. This goes crazy. What's up, guys? I'm joined, as always, by Erik, Ruby. We got DJ Koo behind the mag. He's making all of the magic happen. Do us a solid. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button and drop a 5-star review wherever you get your lovely, delicious podcast. Erik, we have a ton to get into today. We've got a special edition of Hot or Not at the tail end of today's show. We got a couple announcements, a couple big things to promote across the board here for PHNX Sports and PHNX Sun Devils. We've got some new segments that we're going to be launching today, and we've got our predictions. Just buckle up, Erik. We got a ton to get into.
I'm buckled.
You're buckled?
I'm suited. I'm booted. I'm ready to go.
Okay, well, let's kick it off with a brand new segment. Woo! Why don't we? Are you ready?
I feel like I'm screaming too much.
I feel like you feel like we're screaming too much?
I feel like I'm screaming too much.
Do you feel like you're screaming too much?
I feel like I'm screaming too much. But I'm just so excited.
How do you want to rectify that?
By having an awesome kick-ass segment, and I will be not calm, but not too high. I'm going to find the perfect level right here for this thing here.
Well, that's fair. Let's go ahead. Let's get into Fact or Cap, brought to you guys by Branded Bills. Elevate your brand with Branded Bills, the perfect headwear and apparel. Make sure to use that code PHNX for 20% off your first order.
That logo goes crazy.
It does go crazy.
Listen, I'm just saying we were in the process of getting some Branded Bills in here for the office. I'm a big hat guy, literally, figuratively, all of the above, and I'm so stoked to be partnering with Branded Bills. I'm going to be rocking some absolute heat. You better be on the lookout. Okay, I'm not screaming.
You're not screaming. You're not screaming. Okay, so for everybody, this is obviously the first time we have done Fact or Cap again. Brought to you by Branded Bills. So every single week, we're going to do a segment one time and just pretty much a question as it relates to the game itself for the upcoming week. Is it true? Is it false? Maybe it's somewhere in between. In this week, Erik, our question for Fact or Cap is Sam Leavitt. Is he the key to an Arizona State victory against Wyoming?
We're allowed to go gray area here?
We're allowed to go gray area.
But you don't want that.
Gray area,
but you don't want that.
I mean,
you don't want that.
It's what the people want.
You want cold hard takes.
What do the people want?
The people want cold hard takes.
I mean, give them what they want.
Then I'm saying absolutely, unequivocally, without a shadow of a doubt, Cap.
Okay. I was curious where you were taking that.
It's Cap. Now listen, if it were to say he is maybe one of the biggest parts for an Arizona State victory or a successful Arizona State season, I'd change my mind. But I don't think that Wyoming is the caliber of opponent that you necessarily have your entire success hinge on Sam Leavitt. Now, is he the key to them hitting their absolute peak in this game? For sure. But a victory, that to me is more on the run game and the defense.
Yeah.
So for me, This is cap.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think for me, I'm going to also say cap,
Okay.
to be completely honest with you. I think there are going to be games this season where Sam Leavitt's level of play is going to mean a little bit more, which is kind of where I feel like you were going with the whole thing. But I think for this game against Wyoming, a big key to victory and probably the biggest one is going to be that Arizona State defense.
Sure.
In their ability to shut down a Wyoming run game that is going to be without its top two weapons. And that, in reality, is how Arizona State is going to get it done. Yes, Sam Leavitt can play a part. Will he play a part? Absolutely, in what Arizona State's offense is able to do. But at the end of the day, I think for me, it's got to be defensively. And then I wouldn't even say that Sam Leavitt is the second key to victory for Arizona State. Kind of like you brought up, the run game, right? Whether that be Cam Skattebo, Alt McCaskill, or whoever, you're going to need that Arizona State backfield to contribute as well. So Sam Leavitt's certainly going to play a big part in it. But for this first game, it's I think he's just got to get his feet wet, to be honest with you.
Yeah, listen, he's the key to a blowout. He's the key to a dominant Arizona State performance, but he's not a key to a victory. And all the things that you said are 100% true. I think a lot of this also kind of falls on the coaching staff. How well are they prepared? I know that there's been some conversation about what's been changing and moving around as we approach and have the last moments up to game number 1. I think that is probably a big, like Sam Leavitt to me is one of those like, hey, listen, this is the kind of guy that you know is probably going to take a second or two to adjust. Yeah. Now, if he doesn't, we're having a completely different conversation. And it's certainly possible. He has the tools to go out there and kill it right away. Not my expectation. To me, it's like watching Sam Leavitt and where he is in week 4 and 5 and beyond and how this team fills in around him. That's like the biggest critical key to Sam and this team, without a doubt. I just think that you're in a position where you're playing a team whose offense is going to be very lackluster, a running attack focused offense that lost a majority of their running backs either due to injury or whatnot, and a quarterback who's completely unproven, an absolute unit, and a local guy from Arizona, and we wish him the best for the rest of the season. But week 1, I don't think you can go out there and bet on their quarterback either. You need your quarterback to win these high scoring, high powered offense type games, or to keep you in it if your defense is giving up a lot of, points or yards, right? I don't see this game falling into either of those categories.
I think that's fair. I think if the question was, is Sam Leavitt the key to an Arizona State loss, then I think that could be a fact, right? Because I guess, again, for Arizona State, you don't need Sam Leavitt to go out and win you this game. You almost need him not to go out there and lose you this game, right? Sure. And Sharon in the chat saying, it's fact. She's disagreeing with us.
I can see because the quarterback is the most important position. And because, like you said, he might be the biggest part of if they lose. If he goes out there and the lights are too bright and the adjustment period is too fast, sure, maybe we just talked ourselves out of saying cap into fact, because if he's the biggest reason why they would lose, is that the biggest reason why they would win as well? I can see both sides of it. I think Sharon is incredibly in touch with this team and going into it. Obviously, she's here every single day. She's one of our diehards. It's hard not to look at the quarterbacks and remember that this team's ceiling goes with Sam Leavitt, and maybe they do need to hit closer to their ceiling than what we're imagining in order to win this game. I mean, there's a lot of unknowns, and if Leavitt comes in and that unknown is disappointing, I mean, not just for actual like production and yardage and scoring, but for morale as well.
No, you're 100% right. Glenn in the chat, does the line change if we were starting Trenton? Probably not. So got to be a cap. Is that a fair question, you think?
I would say it probably doesn't change because, here's the thing. What you're getting with Trenton a little bit more. I don't think the line would get bigger.
No, I don't think it would get bigger. It might get a point smaller, maybe.
Not even that.
No,
see,
a point is a big bump.
That's the thing is, I think Glenn's right. I don't think it changes at all, because you go from the promise and potential of Leavitt, which is higher than Bourget, to a lower ceiling, higher floor in Bourget. So I don't think that changes. I think the lines know. I think we know. I think fans know this game is going to be won through who wins the run game and whose defense is better.
Yeah.
And ASU is in position to win both of those battles as of right now. And if they lose one of those, then that's a way bigger deal than Sam Leavitt coming out and not being, a great or good quarterback in week 1.
I think that's fair. Sharon also saying in the chat, I just remember last season in our struggles in offense because of the combination of QB and offensive line issues. I think that's another fair point when you're asking this question, right? Is Arizona State fans still have a bad taste in their mouth from the quarterback play last season? And that's not really based on one individual guy. That's all of the quarterbacks that played for Arizona State last year. All played a role in what happened. And, injuries, yes, are a factor. But at the end of the day, the quarterback play just simply wasn't good enough for Arizona State. So I can see how the season opener in year 2 of Kenny Dillingham, you would be like, yeah, our quarterback is going to be the key to victory based off of what we saw last season. I think that makes total sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And we mentioned this and talked about the offensive line and how much that means to everything. We actually just had a crossover show between ourselves and the U of A show, Mike Luke, Saul Bookman. That is live on PHNX Sports right now, right this second. We went about an hour long previewing both teams and the Big 12. And we talked a lot about offensive line play. And listen, if we're talking about keys to success here, if Sam Leavitt's not protected, if Sam Leavitt's running around and he can't get into a rhythm and the running backs don't have any room to go because they're not getting any separation or time to make a decision at all, you are going to struggle against any team.
Yeah.
Right. And so if the offensive line is the same as it was last year and the injury bug bites the same, then nothing else on offense really matters.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. And again, we don't expect the offensive line to be as bad as it was last year. We don't expect the quarterback play to be as bad as it was last year. And ultimately, as long as they're a little bit better, then I think Arizona State is going to be just fine, at least in this first game.
They don't need to be perfect.
You'd love to see it, though.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Sam Leavitt is the key to the perfect Arizona State game.
Yeah.
He's the key to you hitting your ceiling, your max, your peak, right? That unequivocally for this game and every game going forward, if Sam Leavitt can be that dude, which Sam Leavitt expects himself to be, if that actually comes true and that happens, team looks drastically different. The biggest question, you talk about it on any level whatsoever with this team, is the quarterback play.
Yeah.
But questions don't mean that there aren't good answers that could be on the other side.
Fair.
They're simply just questions.
Yeah.
And if you take a step back and you say, I've said this a couple times, this is the perfect week 1 game. They're just good enough for you to take seriously, but they're not fully healthy. They're not at full strength, but they still have an identity. So I feel like you can properly prepare. You don't need to be at 100% to win this game. You need to be at 100% to blow them out, to make a statement, to be who you want to be. But to win, to simply win this game, you don't have to be 100%.
Yeah.
As far as firing on all cylinders, hitting your peak. We would like that. But it's not for this game. You can't suck. You can't sleepwalk your way to a victory.
No.
It's not a bad team. But you're not playing Utah.
They're not world beaters.
You're not playing Utah. You're not playing Oklahoma State. Like, you're not playing one of these top teams in the Big 12. You're not playing an SEC team yet. Like, there's some wiggle room here, but no room to get comfortable. You get how I'm kind of comparing these two things?
I'm absolutely with you. So look, if Sam Leavitt isn't the key to an Arizona State victory, well, we've got 3 players who just might be. That's coming up after the break. But first, I'm going to tell you a little bit about our friends over at Sanderson Ford. Sanderson Ford is a proud partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks. And didn't you know that the Arizona Diamondbacks, they're making a push for the postseason? Definitely be on the lookout for all of our PHNX Diamondbacks post-game show. Some amazing coverage now with Archie Bradley. But
insane.
Getting back to Sanderson Ford, guys. Sanderson Ford, I had the luxury of spending some time for an entire weekend in a 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Big Bend. And it was painful to have to give that car back. So painful that it's now been about 2 weeks since I've had that car. And I'll tell you what, I have noticed every single Bronco since then on the freeway, parking lots.
Yeah.
They're haunting me now because that's how damn good that car is.
Well, it's like a theory, right? When you get a new car, you start realizing how many times you've actually seen that car on the road, but it just doesn't register because it wasn't your car
It
yet.
hurts. It really hurts.
I remember seeing you in that car Like you were just like, it was like you were soaking it all in here.
Dude, I
like,
was so
this is
happy.
incredible.
That car literally made me happy. People say that money can't buy you happiness. A 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Big Bend
buys Anthony Totri
absolutely
happiness.
Makes me happy. And if it makes me happy, I'm sure it can make you happy as well. Look, if you're in the market for a new car, just go down to Sanderson Ford. They have some of the best customer service in the game. You can guarantee that they're going to have somebody taking a good chunk of their day, making sure that they know exactly what you're looking for in your next vehicle. Not just what you're looking for, but what you're looking to spend on a new vehicle as well. Maybe you stay through lunch, you get some food at that diner that has ridiculous prices, ridiculously low prices, I should say. Sanderson Ford, they've got it all, guys. Shop the Sanderson Ford playoff payoff sale with no hassle, no pressure, and no nonsense. They're giving you big payoffs like 0% financing with just added huge Labor Day sell-a-thon rebates of up to $3,400. All offers expire 9/3/2024. Finance offers for 36 months OAC through Ford Motor Credit. Up to $3,400 in rebates on F-150 XLT. Get 0% for 36 months OAC from Ford Credit. See dealer for details.
Listen,
I'm listening.
between me and you,
You and me.
not you, me and the
You and the people.
and our lovely listeners on audio, whether they're rating us 5 stars or whether they're on YouTube and they're subscribing and liking this video. I need to tell you about something about myself. It's kind of personal.
Tell me.
I'm a hat guy.
You're a hat guy.
I'm a hat guy.
He's a hat guy.
I'm a hat guy through and through. And that's why I'm 1,000% thrilled that Branded Bills is now on as a sponsor for PHNX. They're on the way. They've shipped us hats. We've seen what they look like.
They're going to be fire.
They're so fire. Like, I'm so ready to wear them for you guys and to show you guys. And if you are trying to elevate your brand, you can do it with Branded Bills, the perfect headwear and apparel. They got snapbacks, truckers, fitted, beanies, tees. Branded Bills has you covered with performance and style. If you need some gear to make your brand stand apart from the crowd, well, you can get that with Branded Bills as well. I know we have some PHNX specific designs coming in. They are treating us nice. They'll treat you nice. And guess what? They have partnerships with ASU. There's maybe another school they partner with. We're not going to mention it. They partner with ASU, and that's all that matters. They're a local company, just like we are local. So are they. They're from Mesa, Arizona. I know some wonderful people from Mesa, including my wife. And guess what? They just have quality stuff coming out of there 24/7. And right now you can get it for a little bit cheaper because you're listening to us. Head to brandedbills.com. Use code PHNX for 20% off your first order. And let me tell you, we got some heat coming. You might want to save that code for a little bit till we get that heat coming because you're going to want to use it.
Can you do me a favor?
No.
Please.
Sure.
Can you just mention your wife a little less?
No.
It's just, it's really, it's too much of a flex.
Fine.
To just be like, yo, no,
all right.
I'm married.
Tell you what. Okay,
like,
I'll tell you what.
Gotcha.
I'll shake your hand. I'll shake your hand.
You got to say what you're going to say first before I shake your hand.
I will mention her less.
I feel like this. I'm going to shake his hand.
Yeah.
You mention her less.
Yeah.
Video evidence.
Video evidence.
You can hold me accountable,
I get it.
Kyle.
You're married, man. Let's
can
see the
hold it-
ring. Let's see the ring.
You can hold it accountable,
Look
Kyle.
at that.
Okay.
This guy's married. Just in case anybody didn't know, Erik is married. Your wife's awesome, by the way.
Yeah, it's true.
Nice lady.
Yes,
Yeah.
very much so.
Yeah, that's great.
Yes.
That's great. All right, you
Sorry,
want to get back to
Well,
Arizona
yeah,
State
I
football?
can't talk about that, so let's move on.
Let's get into Heat Index. Earlier, we were talking about if Sam Leavitt is the key to an Arizona State victory. We both said that is Cap. So who are the 3 players that need to go out there on Saturday and have a big game for the Sun Devils to come out on top? Our first Heat Index of the season. Let's go ahead, get into the first player. Erik, we're rocking with the one, the only, Cam Skattebo.
Yeah.
Cam Skattebo, the heartbeat of this Arizona State football team in 2023. And in 2024, he looks like an entirely different running back, but he is still going to be the workhorse.
Well, yesterday he was the heartbeat, the fingers, the toes, the liver, the lungs,
the brain.
He was everything, right? He was everything. This year, he can focus on just being the heartbeat. Still the most important thing. Nothing else works without him, but he doesn't have to do about everything.
Yeah.
And that is what I'm so excited to see from Cam. He slimmed down. He is ready to attack this run game in a completely different way from what brought him success last season. I think that is an exciting new element. This team will go as he goes more than any other player. If he doesn't get 1,000 yards this season, I'll be shocked. And I think he's going to touch the ball. He might get the second most touches in all of the Big 12.
Really?
I think behind Ollie Gordon. Because here's the thing. I know there's a lot of talent on this team. I know we've talked about depth and everything like that. However, Cam is probably their best player.
Who? Arizona State?
Yeah.
Not probably.
He's their best player. I want to be nice and consider maybe a few others, but he's that dude.
He had 10 total touchdowns last year.
Yeah.
Which is...
And think about the position that he was put in, right? All the times where he's throwing the ball and punting the ball and how much energy he had to exert to do that. Imagine if he just turned that into good old-fashioned run game.
Not just the energy. Think about what it takes to have to run a singular play at the Division I level. To be a running back, to split out wide from time to time, to be a punter. Yes, it's people are like, oh, all you got to do is go back there and kick.
It's still something to do.
To be the quarterback at certain times. This guy threw a touchdown last season. Like, this kid did everything for Arizona State. He had 164 carries, 24 receptions. He had over 1,000 all-purpose yards last year. Expect to see him have 1,000 yards on the ground this year, maybe even more through the air, and find the end zone at least 10 times this year. He's got to.
Yeah. All Big 12 team completely in play for Cam, and way more than any other player. If something happens to his production, it's not as much as we think, whatever. It's going to look rough for ASU. I think he might be the heat index every single week.
Getting back to the heat index for this game specifically, right? We just talked about how the Arizona State defense is obviously going to be huge, but on the flip side, let's let Sam Leavitt get comfortable by simply turning it around and handing it to number 4 and let him do his thing. Same
kind of argument that I had yesterday where I was talking about you want to punch Wyoming in the mouth. You want to stack the box off the bat and take away what they do well instead of ease into it and kind of test your guys out.
Yeah.
And I really actually liked that debate from yesterday. If you guys missed that, make sure you check out yesterday's episode. But the same way with this ASU offense, as much as I would love to just let Sam Leavitt rip right off the bat, listen, your bread and butter is your run game. Your best players are your run game, and your best depth is in the running back room.
Yeah.
You should use it, right? And you should use it off the bat, and you should establish a rhythm, and you should get Wyoming on their heels so that then you can turn around and let Sam Leavitt rip.
No, you're right.
Right.
You're 100% right.
Just as much as important as the offensive line is to Sam Leavitt's success, so is having a counter in the run game.
Yeah.
So I think that this plays into absolutely everything. But, we'll see, because he's not the only player that needs to step up.
He is not. There's a couple other players that we've got on this week's Heat Index. Let's go ahead. Let's go to the defensive side of the ball.
Let's do it.
Where you're going to find Clayton Smith. Clayton Smith, one of the few returning starters on this Arizona State defense from last season. He's gotten bigger. He's gotten faster. Last year, they joked around with him, calling him the finesse guy, right? Mm-hmm. Finesse in terms of his pass rush ability, simply being able to will his way to a sack because of what he does on a move perspective, as opposed to simply being a power rusher and being able to bully opposing offensive linemen back into the pocket. I think Clayton Smith is going to be a huge part, again, of this game against Wyoming, but really what Arizona State does defensively all season long, but more so now that Prince Dorba is out for a few weeks due to the knee injury. Clayton Smith is going to have a tall task with a Wyoming offensive line that, as we talked about for most of the week, is returning 4 of its 5 starters.
Yeah, he's going to be a major key to the defense this season. And we talked depth and everything, and we've mentioned it countless times. The reality is you can have all the depth in the world. You still need a few people to go out and stand out and to be those clear number 1 guys. And he definitely has the opportunity to take that leap from last year, like you mentioned, one of the few returning players. And on top of that, the finesse stuff, I mean, there's a lot of ASU players that have really been working on their body this offseason and have kind of transformed. And while Cam has slimmed down and has become more elusive, I do believe a lot of Arizona State players have also worked on just getting bigger.
Yeah.
And
Clayton's
I think
one of them.
And again, that's what I'm saying, Clayton being one of them, that hopefully should be able to translate in week 1. And this is a Wyoming offensive line that has some continuity as well, but they have a few weak points, and I'm looking to see who can really exploit those weak points. I think he has as good a chance of anybody to be that player who exploits it. But I'm interested as well, the rest of that line and the rest of that unit too. I'm really, really, really interested, almost above all else. Like I want to see what Keyshawn Elliott does.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think seeing some of the new guys as well, not heat index related, but seeing Keyshawn, seeing Cole, Javen Robinson as well. that's going to be really exciting to see that fresh blood and see just how fast they assimilate and how their talent can kind of come out and show there. Speaking of Cole Martin, I forgot to do this plug as well. Headspace, episode 2, Xavier Alford interview tonight.
4
today. 4. Make sure you tune in for that. Fantastic stuff. It is pre-recorded. Again, we've heard it. Amazing interview. Really great stuff. Touching on X's return to football, his journey from being a high-rated high school recruit to how he ended up at Arizona State, why he ended up at Arizona State. Cole does a really fantastic job. Headspace is the Cole Martin podcast he does with PHNX. Going to come out every 2 weeks. So that is today. Keep your eye out for that. But anyway,
I was saving that for the end of the show, but Erik said...
I want to make sure people are here.
We're putting this thing in park.
Listen.
I got something for the people.
Listen, we can promote again at the end of the show, right? But maybe there are some people who are only going to jump in live. Maybe they're on your lunch break. You're only here for 15 minutes. You need to know that Headspace is going on, people.
I mean, that's fair.
All right?
That's absolutely
all right, we can get to the third player.
Let's go back to the offense.
Let's take it out of park, put it in drive.
And we're going back to the offensive line.
Makes sense.
Leaf Fautanu, the Arizona State center, was a staple of this Arizona State offense last season. Returns and is one of the best centers in the Big 12. I would say one of the best centers in the nation. Mm-hmm. You know, this Arizona State offensive line has some new pieces, even some moving pieces over the last couple of weeks with Josh Atkins moving to left tackle. The depth chart came out last night. It has Josh Atkins or Emmett Pulley starting at left tackle. Kenny, of course, a few weeks ago saying that this depth chart was probably going to have more ors than any depth chart before, and he wasn't lying. So you've got that option at left tackle. You've got Ben Coleman at left guard, Leaf at center, right guard, Cade Briggs, and then at right tackle, you've got Mad Max. So Leaf, of course, being the glue of this Arizona State offensive line, and Erik, the center, is the quarterback of that offensive line. The O-line for the Sun Devils is going to move as Leaf moves.
Yeah, the farther we get away from factor cap in the first segment, the more I'm standing on my cap. Okay. The more I think about it, Sam Leavitt is maybe 3rd or 4th as far as most important players on offense.
Yeah.
Coming into Saturday's game. On offense.
Wow.
Cam and Leaf, I think, are more important. So I think
you're saying...
I think at minimum, Sam, at maximum, Sam is the third most important offensive player.
I can hear that.
Again, long-term success. We can talk a little differently.
I would argue he's not even top 5.
Sure, give him to me.
I mean, you've got Leaf.
Sure.
This is not in order. Leaf,
Cam,
Scat. You've got, I would say, your starting left tackle, whoever that's going to be.
Sure.
Emmett or Josh. I would say Jordan Tyson.
I was thinking Tyson. That was the one I was throwing in there when Sam was 4.
And then, you're probably
5.
You're probably putting him at 5.
Yeah.
I can see 4 or 5.
Sure.
Upon review.
So
the challenge flag has been thrown. It's been picked up.
So massive
successful
cap.
Challenge.
Yeah. Leaf's a big boy.
Leaf's a dog, dude.
Leaf is a dog.
Leaf is a dog.
Leaf is gonna have
Tree
a hell of a season.
man. That's what we're calling him.
Yeah, not a leaf.
Bark Fautanu?
No, tree is so much
better. How many
better.
parts of a tree can you name right now?
Oh, stop.
No, let's go.
The roots.
Okay.
The stump.
I
the
forget
branches.
about the stump. The branches.
The leaves.
Leaves.
Some of them have fruit. Berries.
Okay, some of them have fruit.
The wood. I don't know if that counts.
Is the wood just the bark?
The bark.
Yeah, the bark.
The bark.
Rough.
Some of them have vines, right? Okay.
Yeah.
That's 7.
I think is that
all? Are we missing some?
The rings on the inside? Does that count?
The
like when you cut open a tree and it has a ring? You know, bro. Don't tell me you don't know about the rings in the tree, dog.
But that's not a part of the tree.
I mean, that's a wild take, but sure.
Is that a wild take?
The rings are 1,000% a part of the tree.
They're not a part of the tree.
Then what are they a part of?
Nothing. It's just when you
they
cut.
Exist?
No, it's when you cut the bark. That's just how it looks.
Okay, they are a part of the tree. Maybe they are not something we could list in this scenario here, but they. Okay,
They're
let's
not
move
a
on.
big part.
You
of the
know
tree.
a lot about trees, right?
Let's move on.
Yeah, I've seen a tree or two.
Okay, so what is he talking about with the rings? I'm looking this up.
You don't know about the rings when you cut open a tree?
Cut open a tree.
It tells you how many years it's been.
You're right.
Yeah,
bro,
how old the tree
come
is.
on. Dude.
I'm not a big tree guy, man.
You learned that in like first grade.
You know how long it's been since I was in the first grade,
Tell
Erik?
me.
A long
Exactly,
time.
tell
A long
me.
time. A long time.
Bro, I was breaking bones in the dumbest ways and I knew what rings in the tree were. Okay.
I don't know this guy in trees, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I didn't even bring it up.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Sharon says, go back to science class.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I checked out of science class real early.
Yeah.
Real early, to be honest with you.
All right. So here are 3 players for Heat Index. We got Cam Skattebo, Clayton Smith, Lee Fautano. So
Those are the boys.
what happens in the game?
Is it prediction time?
I think it's prediction time.
Prediction time. Prediction
Ryan,
time. And I know what's behind this graphic. So let's go ahead. Let's cue up that win music. Why don't we? Because
what do you mean my 40-0 Wyoming
Erik,
prediction is not on the graphic?
The Arizona State Sun Devils, I don't care how you see this going, it's going to happen.
Bring it.
The Arizona State Sun Devils are gonna beat Wyoming on Saturday. They're gonna kick off the 2024 season with a big old W. A big old W. Erik, what do you got? What do you got this week?
Put that graphic up on the screen, Kyle. 24-14. Double-digit win.
I'm here for it. I love it.
This is going to be one of those games I feel like ASU might get a little out of rhythm early, but then they're going to catch fire later on in the game, and it's not going to be in doubt. I am so excited to hear this music come Saturday. 24-14. You?
24-14. Who's
Not
scoring
that
the
far
touchdowns?
Cam is going to have 2 touchdowns on the ground. Jordan Tyson in the air, and a pick 6.
Ooh!
From X.
Wow.
Xavier Alford.
I
Pick
love
6.
it. That's a story right there. That's a damn story.
First possession.
I got Arizona State coming out on top, 24-13. Only 1 Wyoming touchdown. They have to settle for 2 field goals, and the Arizona State offense gets it done on the ground. Give me Scat going for over 100 yards. Couple scores himself. Sam Leavitt is going to run one in.
Okay.
And then you're going to get yourself a field goal to bring it home. We both have Arizona State coming out on top. Guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, head to the comments. Let us know how you think Saturday's game is going to play out.
Well, we could keep the win music going
We
for
could,
what I'm
we
about
could.
to say, and we are going to have some Hot or Not, which is a massive win because we don't have a show tomorrow. So we're doing Hot or Not today. But before we do that, I have to put Anthony Totri on the spot with this next read. Okay, so let me tell you about our friends over at Game Time. Okay, now listen. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks. Okay? Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets.
Okay.
Sound pretty nice.
Sounds real nice.
Right? Here's me putting you on the spot. They also have another deal going on. Monday is Labor Day.
A lot of deals.
We will not be having a show on Labor Day. We get the day off. Congratulations to us.
I mean, we're just running from the grind at this company.
I mean, it's what we do.
Yeah.
Now, they have a Diamondbacks offer. 50% off tickets to Dodgers at Diamondbacks on Labor Day, exclusively on Game Time. It's a limited supply, limited availability. You boys, you and Kyle, you guys want to go to a Diamondbacks game on Monday? Is that something that you're maybe interested in?
I'm definitely interested.
You're down?
For those prices?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm down
Kyle,
for it.
you
I'm
down?
Yeah.
I mean, the only reason that I was even thinking about doing it, because Dodger Diamondbacks, it's a pretty penny because it's the Dodgers.
Yeah.
50% off for
I'll
Labor
take
Day.
it.
I mean,
I'll take it.
I kind of don't want to do this ad read because I don't
Let's
want
do
any
it.
of you guys to take
Let's
the
do
tickets
it.
that I'm going to buy.
Let's do it.
Okay?
Let's do it.
But listen, Game Time, they are always here for you. I want to tell a story about my personal life, but I won't because I agreed not to say anything about it. But let's just say Game Time has helped me out tremendously recently, finding the greatest prices on a concert that I would not have been able to go to or afford tickets to if it wasn't for Game Time. Their all-in pricing feature was fantastic. I could see the view from the seats that I was purchasing, which was very important because of the scope of the concert. It was one of the farther back seats. You gotta do what you gotta do. And I wanted to see, just how far back is it? Am I going to be able to, enjoy this experience? And I was able to figure that out and pull the trigger on this deal because of Game Time. They have so many different ways to protect you and make sure you get the best deal. And on top of that, you can take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Just download the app, create an account, and use code PHNX for $20 off your first purchase. Some terms do apply. Again, create an account, redeem code PHNX for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it?
Game time.
Game time.
Kyle?
Game time.
Let's go! I'm here for
Fire
it.
me up, Kyle.
Look, if we're going to the game on Monday, can you guys promise me that we can also pregame at Chicken and Pickle?
Sure. If you're driving me there in your Bronco.
That sounds. Oh, stop!
Could you
it.
imagine?
Just stop it.
What a
man.
perfect day that would
I'm
be.
shedding a tear as we speak. Look, Chicken and Pickle is one of my favorite places to go during the week. On the weekend, it doesn't really matter. They've got phenomenal games, not just pickleball. Right? If you're a pickleball sicko, then that's the place to go. But if you want to just chill, have a good time, they've got games out there. They've got ping pong. They got like a life-size battleship type thing that you can play.
It's so much fun.
It is so damn fun. You can
2-floor
bring
bar.
the entire fam. Bring all your friends. They got outdoor bars, indoor bars. They got misters. They got food. They got chicken. They got pickles. They have it all. The food goes crazy, does it
So
not?
good. The chicken and waffles I devoured that.
Slam dunk, right?
Yeah. I mean, another little interesting fact about me is I eat pretty fast. Not as fast ever
That's
as
fair.
when I got my chicken and waffles from Chicken and Pickle.
And look, that is not all. Make sure you guys sign up for our PHNX Cardinals tailgates at Chicken and Pickle. It is going to be an absolute blast. The season is right around the corner. Head to chickenandpickle.com. That is chickenandpickle.com to see all the fun you can have at their Glendale location.
Can I make an admission?
You can make an admission.
The wind music is stuck in my head.
It's so good, is it not? Is it not fire? Well, guess what? You're going to get to hear it on Saturday. You're going to get to hear it on Saturday. We didn't get to play it a lot last year. To be honest, we didn't. It was tough. The lost music was stuck in my head.
Well, let's not manifest that. We got some
I'm not
predictions.
manifesting
We got some
nothing.
predictions in the chat. Sharon says 24-9. Her prediction: no touchdowns allowed by the defense. Clint in the chat says ASUW 31-6.
31-6
That
goes
would
crazy.
fire me up.
31-6 would go crazy.
Don't get me too excited, Clint. It's only Thursday. Okay.
Thursday. Oh, gosh.
But you're firing me up. I'm
It's
thinking
only-
about 31-6 now.
It's only Thursday, but we're going to be doing hot or not.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be doing hot or not. Let's just keep the show just pumping the good
It's a
vibes.
juicy one.
Let's pump the good vibes.
You know who
shall
brings
we?
the good vibes?
Kyle.
Kyle.
Kyle's a vibe guy.
Kyle balances me out.
He's
Look
such
at
a
him.
vibe guy. Look at that
Kyle.
guy.
Let's go. Come on. God bless Kyle. He listens to me complain so much. And he just goes, yeah.
Kyle's
Yeah.
he's the people's producer.
He really is. Yeah, that's a good one.
I love it.
Well, I got a hot or not for you guys.
Let's hear it.
Go.
Let's hear it.
Electric.
All right, first one, spicy food.
Hot as hell.
hot,
Hot as hell. Hot as hell. Hot as hell. Up top. Hot as hell. Hot as hell.
Like-
hot food, hot drinks, hot everything. Except
Weather.
you are a psychopath because it is August.
Sure.
It's hot outside.
Sure.
This man still to this day, as you can see, is drinking hot coffee. Hot coffee.
Kyle has a brand.
We went to a place to go get coffee. No free ads. I got a nice coffee, like a normal person would, because it's 100 degrees outside. We were just outside at practice, sweating a lot. A nice coffee makes sense, does it not?
Sure.
In the AC. I turn to Kyle. I say, hey, what do you want? He says, an Americano. I said, iced. He said, no, hot. I said, excuse me.
I love Kyle.
Kyle.
I like all things hot.
I mean, that's fair.
He heats his water up.
That's
Hot
borderline. We need to put you in an asylum at that point. But spicy foods are hot.
Dude, it's something that I didn't like when I was younger. Then as my taste buds evolved, I used to be like pretty picky, and now
Yeah.
I'm like the complete opposite. Like I used to be like just meat and cheese.
You look
on
like
my
a
burger.
big chicken tender guy.
Oh, I mean, how could you not?
I mean,
love
chicken tendies
tenders?
still go
like,
crazy,
Come
I'm
on.
not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna
Let's
lie.
go,
I'm still
sure.
a chicken tender guy. Okay, if that's the next hot or not, I'm smashing the hot button yet again. But I love me some spicy food. Love, love, love.
Dude,
oh,
I had a
here's the
good
thing.
spicy marg last night.
Ooh, spicy marg is delicious. I will say there is a caveat. I don't like spice just for spice. And usually people say that when they can't handle any spice whatsoever.
What do you mean?
Like something is, there's no flavor to it. It's just hot.
Oh, it's just hot for
Like,
the
it's
sake of
just
for the
hot.
sake of ruining the
Right.
experience.
Like I don't mess with that. There are some people who like that. For me, I'll eat something pretty spicy. But if it's spicy and I'm not getting flavor with it, I'll be pretty disappointed.
yeah, no,
I
think
won't
that's
enjoy
valid.
that experience.
I think that's valid.
Thank you. Thank you for validating my
I just want
feelings.
to make sure you feel comfortable.
I do. I actually haven't for the last year, but
Have you been
now,
here a year?
Almost.
Wow.
We're
Time flies.
I think we're like
Time
10 months,
flies.
October.
Time flies.
And it was like October 23rd. And then I didn't start ASU until like November or December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You couldn't get rid of me.
yeah, that's fair. We didn't try.
I was actually only supposed to be on for like 2 months. Look at
Well,
me now.
Look at you
Mom.
now. Look at you.
I did it.
What's topic number 2, Kyle?
All right. So on Rising, there's a big debated topic of eating fish and chips with your hands or a fork.
Who
And
says
so
fork?
Eating fish,
Max said
eating
fork for
fish and
sure.
chips with hands, hot or not?
Yeah, I'm gonna guess. Max said fork. Owen said hands.
No.
It was
Other way
flipped.
around.
Yeah. We
Wow.
all said hands except for Reese said fork.
Oh, Reese is tripping. It's hand. It's basically chicken tenders. And if I saw somebody pull out a
Dude,
fork
fish
and a knife,
chips.
fire. Fire.
If
If I saw somebody pull out a fork and knife while eating fish and chips or chicken tenders, I am roasting that person
I'm
into
picking up
oblivion.
the fish and I'm slapping them across the face with it. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. Fish and chips,
visual.
dude. Fire, tartar sauce. Big tartar sauce guy. Big tartar sauce guy.
Really?
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
I would not have guessed that.
It is, honestly, I wouldn't have guessed it.
Sure.
It is so good. So
Character
good.
development.
It's a top 3 sauce.
Whoa!
Yeah, it's a top 3 sauce. I'm not even gonna cap with you on that.
No,
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
That's cap.
It is.
That's cap.
It's top 3 sauce.
Bro.
That's wild.
I'll give you
No.
I'll give you my top
Stop.
3. I'll give you my top
Bro,
sauce.
stop.
Sauce, dip, everything is top 3. It's number 3, but it's top 3. It goes ranch, goes guac, goes tartar sauce.
Okay. I am not like, I know that I can kind of
Just
like.
drink your hot coffee, Kyle.
Okay. I know that I can like exaggerate things and be like, inflammatory. I'm being so dead serious right now.
Uh-huh.
That is the worst take I've ever heard in my entire life. And I have to listen to people talk about Colorado football. That is one of
There's
the
no
wor-
way that's the worst take.
That is the worst take I have ever heard.
No way.
Tartar sauce is a top
It is.
3.
It is a top 3 sauce. It's a top 3
That's
sauce.
blasphemy.
A good tartar sauce is a great sauce.
No,
It is a
Shane.
great sauce.
Shame.
It is a great sauce. You cannot sit here and tell me that it is not.
No, this is legitimately like worrying. This is troubling.
How? You just haven't had good tartar sauce. That's all I'm
Tartar
saying.
sauce as a top 3 sauce.
What about
is
barbecue?
absolutely
Barbecue
nuts.
sauce is the most overrated sauce out there. It's
Come
mid.
here.
It's
Come here.
mid.
Come here. Okay.
Barbecue
he can't.
sauce
No,
is
Shane's
super
Shane
mid.
is busy.
Like
Like-
literally mid. The chip flavor barbecue sauce, mid. Barbecue sauce, just blech. It's not good.
Dude.
It's not good.
Dude.
Like real barbecue sauce.
I have
It's
lost.
It's still like not. It's eh. Like if you
I've
cook
lost
the
so much
meat
faith in
properly,
you.
you don't need barbecue sauce. Like that's the take.
What's the next hot or not topic?
All right,
before
we're
I
moving
lose
on.
my mind?
Hands
Hands hot.
hot.
Fork
Glenn,
and
you're
knife
fired.
not hot.
All right, next one. Eric, you're guilty of this.
Whoa, I'm
Guilty.
Uh-oh.
Running outside
Oh.
in this hot weather, hot or not?
Not during the day, but at night it's hot.
I mean, look, he's just running from the grind again. You know,
I'm literally grinding while running.
he's literally you. It's just. Now I'm with you. It's not hot. Running outside in 100 degrees is not hot. Like,
Okay.
Nah,
I mean-
yeah.
I also
Okay.
just hate cardio in general.
Yeah, you're not a cardio guy.
I'm not a cardio guy. It's just
See,
you got to be a sick person to be a cardio guy.
I'm becoming a cardio guy.
Are you?
It's a slow I've never been a runner. I've
Yeah.
always been like
Big
either
walker.
play sports or lift weights. That's it.
Yeah. You strike me as a speed walker.
Speed walker?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I do walk fast, but not for sport.
This segment has it all.
Flip that.
It really does. This is why Hot or Not's so beautiful. This could be like a 2-minute segment. I think we're on like 10 minutes of
Yeah,
Hot or Not
yeah.
now. Running outside in the summer at night when it is not under direct sunlight is just a fantastic way to get a sweat in. A fantastic way to get your cardio, get your heart rate pumping. I am going to say hot, but it's because I'm a changed man. If you asked me 3-4 months ago, I would have told you to go get stuffed.
What changed you? What canon event did you go through in your life to where you were like, you know what? Running indoors is no longer acceptable. I need to face the elements.
It was more of a happenstance thing. It was like I had been running at the treadmill, but I didn't have access to a treadmill and I hadn't worked out that day. And so I'm like, well, I need to go for a run. So I was going for a run outside. And then I was like, I felt like I actually got a good run in, and it's more gratifying to actually like cover distance and ground. And so I was like, yeah, I'll try to mix that in every once in a while. And then I was like, my goal is to lose weight, goal is to slim down. I could be a little bit of a thicker boy. I was like, you know what? I want to get the sweat in. If I'm going to run, I want to get the most out of it. And running in 100-degree heat, even if it's dark outside, is going to get you a lot more of a sweat than running indoors on a treadmill.
Can I give you an advisement?
What?
When you're running outside,
sure.
Do you run on the concrete, or do you run on like the asphalt or the grass?
It's a little bit of everything, kind of the path that I run. A lot of asphalt and some concrete.
Okay. Yeah, avoid the concrete at all costs. It's really bad for your knees.
Yeah, well, I had shoes that were not running shoes that I would run in, and it was like basically like my feet were just like flat on the ground and there was no support, and that really messed me up. But now I have proper shoes.
Good for you, man.
Ish.
What do you think, Kyle?
Oh, he said not hot. He
hot.
thinks I'm psychotic.
What about the other ones? Did you say the other ones? Spicy food, you strike me as definitely hot for you.
Definitely hot.
Fish and chips,
hands.
Hot.
Running outside in 110, not hot.
I'm not running at 110.
It's hot, but no.
I'm running in like 100 to 95. There's a difference.
It's still hot.
There's a difference.
Okay.
Is it hard
Sorry
to breathe?
that I can grind harder than you guys. Sorry, I just want it more.
I mean,
I'm just tougher.
I mean, sure.
Sorry, I'm just built different. Guess
Are you done?
Guess other people can't relate.
Done?
I still need a kick for this team.
Cole Martin, Headspace, live at 4:00. Also, keep this in mind for the entire Arizona State football season. Post-game shows. Me, Kyle, Erik.
Yes.
And there's an and. The one, the only Kelsey Hall.
Let's go.
Is going to be joining us for the Arizona State football post-game shows for the entire season. Definitely be on the lookout for all of the stuff that she's going to be doing for us come game day. It's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you're following her on social media, us as well. And while you're still here, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review. Head to GoPHNX.com.
Yes.
Become a diehard.
Yes.
Click the little diehard tab. It's going to tell you everything that you unlock when you become a PHNX diehard. Discounts on events, on merch, a free t-shirt or hat every single year, access to the diehard Discord, exclusive diehard only content. The list goes on and on and on.
You nailed that. You did really good. You hit like the flow state there. I want to mention not only Cole Martin Headspace today at 4, but live on YouTube right now, about an hour of myself, Anthony Totri, Mike Luke, and Saul Bookman previewing ASU, U of A, and the rest of the Big 12. An in-depth breakdown. We don't have a show tomorrow. So, and Mike didn't have a show today. So, if you would like to fill your void and you miss us,
We're the Void Fillers.
we're the void.
Great band name.
Yes, and pause. So, make sure you go check that out,
Calling it
guys.
the Void is crazy.
Go check that out. Really, really cool stuff. A lot of editing in that video as well. A little bit different than a live show or normal things we've done. Shout out to Kevin, our other new producer, who worked really, really hard on that. Go show that some love. And other than that, I think that's it. We'll see you guys Saturday night.
Let's have a good-ass time.
Fire me up!
Let's have a good time. Guys, do us a solid again. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Drop a 5-star review if you enjoyed the content. Give the show a follow at PHNX_Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony_Totri. You can follow this guy, the Blind Mouse, at Erik Ruby. That is
blind
Erik
as
with
always.
a K. You could follow DJ Koo.
Oh, that
wow,
sucked.
that was, I don't
That
even know.
sucked.
I don't even know where that came
Okay,
from.
you need to get out of here. Okay. No.
You can follow DJ Kyle at KCoop Sports. Sorry, I don't know what happened there, to be honest with you. That was embarrassing on my end. But yes, we will see you Saturday. Make sure you are following us on social for updates throughout the game. Got a lot of content dropping tomorrow as well. So be there or be square. And as always, go Devils.
Yep.
Peace.
Y'all silly like the mayor.